Greetings, brothers and sisters. So, this could actually go on my other channel with Hollywood celebrities dropping like flies, but it's to do with things glitching out and some kind of funny stuff that happened. At least one funny thing. So now on my YouTube channels, it says action required. A bug may have prevented you from turning on ads during upload between October 7th and 8th. Pacific time. It has been resolved for uploads during this time. Double check video monetization settings. And so they said bug yesterday. I guess they changed this announcement. Did it say bug? Yes. A bug may have prevented in the beginning. And so that was a weird thing that happened. It's been on my mind for the Heartfulness issues, the stuff to do with the Brighter Minds scam and Dodgy, all this stuff. Those of you who know from my other, my videos on the Journey series, it's been on my mind to make a video for those, longtime practitioners of the system, and just because I have the information, not because I want to get involved, but this senior, sort of older member of the mission, the organization said there was this video that came out on the Heartfulness YouTube channel. I don't watch the videos anymore. And he was bummed out by it and wanted to know more about the Brighter Minds thing. So I said, I'll make a video. And so that worked out because I already had that one video I made in the morning that I was able to release the next day. So I was able to do that. So it kind of worked out timing-wise for me. And then there was a bunch of videos out that people try to capitalize and say how you could fix it, right? To get views for their channel. And this always happens on YouTube. That's one of the problems with people just, lying and taking advantage of a situation. And there was one video that said that you do a few things, which was to turn on super chats. And I'm not really aware of super chats because I don't do it. Like I don't see it on, I don't watch live videos. And so I haven't seen that. I don't really leave comments either. And so, when I do watch videos, it's different than most people. And I don't know what it is in terms of my own channel. And so I didn't believe that would work. I thought it was kind of bogus. But I looked through the person's comments, and the first 4 or 5 comments, people said it worked. And so, I went. It was easy to do. So I turned on super chats, and I didn't turn them on because of the monetization issues. Like I had no idea that you could do super chats, which is a way to donate money, that you could do it through regular videos. I thought it was only through the live chat things. That's why I never bothered with it. And so then I was looking through the comments like yesterday because I didn't get around to them. And there's all these weird comments that had monetary amounts. So people had left some donations, which was, kind given the fact that there was a day that I did not receive income from YouTube, but I didn't do that intentionally. But that was weird. And so, and then I went back and read the rest of the comments on that video, and they were like, it doesn't work for me, it doesn't work. I'm like, of course it doesn't. It has nothing to do with it. And, I was searching through YouTube, a live search, real-time search, and there are so many people saying that they had the same problem, but then there are people trying to capitalize on the situation, said that they had the solution, and they never do because the solution was a YouTube problem. And so there was that. And then a few other glitchy things. So on Facebook, I'm receiving a lot of messages from people, and then it says the message is unsent, right? So somebody sends me a message on either my personal page or on the Pockets of the Future, and then I, when I scroll over, I go to the message, there is, it says the message was unsent. So I don't know if there's some kind of, what's going on with that. One of my sort of longer term friends on Facebook sent me a friend request. I got some other stuff to cover here. I just want to get this out of the way. But a person asked me for a friend request, and that happens quite frequently because people get censored by Facebook, so they open up a second account or something. But I looked at this one and I'm like, this isn't a real account. So I sent the person a message saying, I think you've been hacked. And I gave a link to it. And the person hadn't opened up the second account and sent out like sort of did a post about it, sent me a response. And they did a post about it. And then the second account sent me a message, but that account already had been deleted. And so there's that. So I don't know if there's something going on with Facebook. I know that there's just been a lot of glitchy stuff. And, who's to say, right? All right, so that's the glitchy stuff I wanted to get to at the beginning of the video. Let's get into I guess I got a massive amount of celebrity stuff to cover today. Okay, greetings, brothers and sisters. Some Britney stuff to get to. More Kanye stuff, bunch of things. Can't remember it all. But I wanted to start here with one Hilaria J. Thomas Baldwin. And this is her Instagram feed. Like, look at these. Like, there's a picture that she has. I'm not going to scroll down and find it, but it's of her and Alex taking a nap together. Their eyes are closed. His watch is on, right? And, it's all photoshopped and all polished. It's a black and white artsy photo. And I'm like, who's taking a picture of you guys sleeping? And like, they're the biggest posers, right? She is. She's much bigger than he is. She has this life. Happy due date. And the baby's name, Hilaria Catalina Irina. At 2 weeks, 3 days, you're already such a happy light in our lives. And then, this is not your life, right? Your husband shot somebody and you appropriate a culture. And these kids, when you have a lot of small kids, we had 4 kids in, I think, 5.5 years. This idea of Irish twins and things like this. But when you have a lot of little kids, it's a mess. Like, the kids are running around. They have a lot of energy. And so this isn't what it's like, right? This is posed photos. They probably took hundreds to get this one. It's impossible to get all the kids to look at the camera and not be making faces. This is not her life, right? Her husband's maybe going to jail. They just settled with with the family of a woman he accidentally, in air quotes, shot. And, the whole thing. They're not nice people. This isn't their life, right? This is some, thing you put out on Instagram, and it's made people upset. It's caused you a lot of problems because nobody's life resembles. This is nobody's life. Nobody has this life, and especially if you have this many kids, right? You can stage it and do these things and all the, everything you do. He's a narcissist, and so are you. You don't have this kind of life. Britney Spears. I don't know what this is. Who should I be for Halloween? Any ideas? That's not the one. It's this one right here. So this.
Tell me what to do.
You did not just poke me.
Don't you touch me, you two-bit tramp. Oh
my God. Viola, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to.
You don't go and slap somebody and then apologize. Get some backbone. Don't you?
All right. So, Britney Spears. I swear I've never slapped anyone my whole life. I would give anything to see what it feels like just saying. Well, you got some dude there. The first time I ever got slapped was one night Paris and Lindsay dropped me off at my beach house with my babies. Kevin left me at that point, so I had a small beach house, and my mother was watching Jaden and Preston. And yes, I partied till like 4 a.m. And my mother was pissed. I walked in, she looked at me and slapped me so hard that I will never forget it. Psst. Since then, I've always wondered what it would feel like to slap someone. You got the slap bug, right? You got. Guess I will never know. Stay classy, folks. This was all 15 years ago. We're all grown up since then. Well, some of us. Britney's just writing her own novel and giving us all the tea. OMG, Britney, thanks for reposting my reel. Love you. That was so unfair of her. Like, why mothers cannot party with friends just for one night. Every other hours we dedicate to our children, we deserve some free time to ourselves, even if it's a late night. There's some rocket scientists on this. Oh my God, OMG, queen of storytelling. We've grown up, but J-Lo hasn't aged. Why is this for public consumption? Well, just be grateful she's not posing naked. So Saturday Night Live, they always go into this dark sort of occultic pathway. And so here they have these two guys, and they do a blood oath, and this one guy has cut his hand more severely.
Shall strike along this ridge.
And so he just starts bleeding profusely and bleeding all over people.
I don't know. I'm afraid to look. You look.
So, that's the sketch. Not funny and, just kind of gross and blood sacrifice oriented, right?
Your tongue.
So that happened. And then the same guest plays like he's been in high school with these teenage boys. And he admits that he's...
Look, remember when I told you I was 17?
Yeah, we all are.
I'm 67.
All right, so that's the sketch. This guy's been pretending he's in high school.
So all those times after gym class when we were nervously changing and you were...
They have to go some sort of pervy way, right? The blood sacrifice, the perv.
What did I do to make you feel better?
You took your shirt off and jumped around a little.
So Kanye West tried to intimidate Adidas executives by showing them porn. This is a video that's on his YouTube channel, and I guess he taped all this stuff, and it's hard to see. It's out of focus, but there was that.
I remember telling my therapist, I was like, Travis asked me to go to the movies, and she's like, and are you going to go? And I was like,
okay, one of my viewers sent me this, I believe, on Instagram, and I think it was because of the amount of time she says, like. I was talking to my therapist, and my therapist was like, OMG, and I was like, LOL, and she was like, OMG, and I was like, OMG, and she was like, OLL, and LOL.
I could never go. I could never. What? And she was like, why? He sounds like a good dad, and he's, all the things. And I just was like, but what if he tried to kiss me? Or what if he held my hand? Or what if, and she was like, so what?
I was like, OMG, what if he tries to hold my hand, or he tries to kiss me, or ask me to the prom, and I'm already going with Bobby, and I'd be OMG. And my therapist was like, so what? And I was like, OMG.
I was like, oh my gosh, I can't. I had such a guard up.
Do you look back and regret, we could have had more time?
Yes.
Yeah?
I do. We always say that. We're like, we both feel like timing is everything, and the timing was perfect, and I'm grateful for everything that led me
to this moment. I mean, it was not this moment, but this moment. It's this moment. I was like, if everything didn't happen, OMG, I wouldn't be in this moment where I am in this moment, this moment right now with this moment, this time and period. That timing was just so perfect. I was like, LOL.
To that exact
Right.
Time and place and everything. But we do say that. We're like, we could have had, this many more years together and been doing all these things for so long.
Going to the Galleria and going to the other malls as well, and going shopping, and then, doing my nails, and be like, wow, we could have more time. We could have had more time like this. You thought they were feeling you. Kim Kardashian gets booed while watching the Cowboys versus Rams game. want to come back to this at the end of the video.
Let me just start with saying this. I strongly believe, and the majority of Americans agree, nobody should have to go to jail for smoking weed, right?
Wait a minute. Didn't she send a bunch of people to jail? Like, wasn't she one of the worst?
Woo! Vice President Kamala Harris joined Late Night with Seth Meyers Monday, where she spoke about President Biden pardoning federal convictions for possession of marijuana, as some governors have signaled they will not follow Biden's lead at the state level. Harris said it's up to Congress to pass legislation to legalize marijuana nationwide.
We're urging governors and states to take our lead and to pardon people who have been criminalized for possession of marijuana. And ultimately, though, as with so many issues, if Congress acts, then there is a uniform approach.
Harris.
That's what we need. Like an already stupid, this is the year of the dummy, and now we need like more people stoned, right?
Who you're voting for, where they stand on this, and I encourage you to vote accordingly.
Vote for So yeah, here it is. How Kamala Harris fought to keep nonviolent prisoners locked up. There's a lot of them. As California Attorney General, she spent years subverting a 2011 Supreme Court ruling requiring the state to reduce its prison population. The overseeing judicial panel nearly found the state in contempt of court. Kamala Harris' controversial record on criminal justice. So Kamala Harris was really hard on criminals, like for political reasons, or maybe because she's just a sadist. A lot of them were busted for pot and minor felonies. Like in California, I think they have the 3 strikes you're out, 3 felonies. And maybe they don't have that anymore, but they had it during her time. You go to jail, you go to prison. And a lot of those people was just for like pot or something minor. Campaign fact check. Here's how Kamala Harris really prosecuted marijuana cases. As district attorney, Harris oversaw 1,900 convictions for pot offenses, right? And so here she is. I mean, she literally put people in prison, went after them for marijuana use, and now she's saying legalize it, right? She's like one of the worst. Just the absolute worst. I mean, her hypocrisy. Talk about this Kim Kardashian thing. You know, Trump has overwhelming support. Like, he's got very enthusiastic support. I mean, at least he did. I don't know about now, but I think it's, the same or more even maybe. But it's still like only 30% of the country, right? And most of these celebrities, these people have fan bases, and certainly somebody like me, people who are social media personalities or whatever you want to call us, right? You only need a small fraction of the population. Like, I think probably 9 out of 10 people watch my videos don't like me, right? Or don't like my videos. I would say it's 90% disapproval, which I don't care about, but, that's okay, right? I can understand why. But even so, I have enough of enough people watching my videos that I can make a living doing this, right? And that's how all of this works. Because if you have 1 million subscribers, 1 million fans, 1 million people regularly watch your whatever it is, like, I mean, Hilaria Baldwin has like 1 million followers or something. Some of these people have 20 million, whatever. It's still only a small fraction of the population. And maybe everyone else hates you. And then again, even if you have only 10 people that hate you, stalk you or whatever it is, right? And so people have, just a few haters. It seems like everybody hates them. Like people blow things out of proportion. And that's why fame isn't really what people think it is. Because you have temporary approval of some group of people. You might have a lot more disapproval. You might have more people who dislike you. It's not like they're voting. Like, do they like you better than somebody else, right? I mean, that's what voting would be. Voting is 2 people. And, there's 2 things to understand. Like, if there's a presidential election, say, and there's 2 people and there's real voting and it's a non-corrupt system. how many people really actually like either candidate and feel like they just have to vote, right? And so it isn't, they're not saying they really like you or really approve of you. They might hate the other guy worse or whatever it might be. But at least it's voting. Because in the, the fan base world, in the fan world, you might think you have a lot of fans, but like if they had to choose between, I don't know, Justin Bieber and Britney Spears, right? Like, it's like, oh, we really love you, Britney, but we like Justin more, whatever it might be. And so, it's not real. It's not like real love. It's not real. They don't know who you are, right? The Kardashians have a lot of support amongst young people, but the majority of people don't like them. And the people who like them, they just kind of like them because there's nothing really to like. They don't have any substance. But the people who dislike them, it's also measuring, if you could measure the emotional feelings behind the fans and the haters. Because there's lots of people that, they inspire very strong hate, like a lot of, or anger or negative feelings in people, but only, light levels of approval from their fans. And so they might be able to get a customer base and, hawk some of their merch or do whatever they do. But it's not like, it's not real. It's not like people really like them or admire them or any of these things. And so when they show up in public and you see them getting booed, like Nancy Pelosi getting booed and Kim Kardashian getting booed and, massive amount of people that are not liking them, is because the majority of people don't like what's going on right now. They don't like the way the culture is going. They don't like the politics. And it's not a matter of being a Republican or a Democrat they don't like the news media. They don't like the content they're seeing. Young people, okay, they're being indoctrinated to it. But the older generation is flipped out and can't believe it's happening, even if they're sheeple. And if they don't want to admit it, it's because all their friends they think all their friends are in on it, right, or a part of it and like it. And so they don't tell each other, right, because they're all afraid to speak up. But in reality, most people are pretty, flipped out of what's going on in the world, as much as they know about it. Anyways, only spirituality will save this world. It's Paul Romano, definitely pointing from the Apocalypse and the Ascension. Everyone have a blessed day and be grateful.